Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Well, we will explain our research with the title Implementation and Monitoring Heart Rate and Body Temperature Using IoT. Before we get started, let me introduce our team. There is Nurul Fahmi, Fahrul Sohbri, and Prayitno from Politeknik Negeri Bengkalis, Informatics Engineering Department. Introduction. The development of world technology is currently developing rapidly, especially in the health sector. Advances in technology create tools that can be used for health. We know that health is the most important thing for human life, especially the elderly. There is one of important health component are heart rate and body temperature. In this time, there is technology that can use for knowing heart rate. For example, finger pulse oximeter and digital thermometer for knowing body temperature. As we know, the normal condition of heart rate is between 60 to 100 beats per minute. Medical term for heart rate under 60 is bradycardia, and over than 100 is tachycardia. And then the normal condition of body temperature is between 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. Medical term for body temperature under 35 degrees Celsius is hypothermia, and over than 38 Celsius is hyperthermia. At this time, if the patient wants to check heart rate or body temperature, the patient must go to the hospital or clinic. Of course, the inspection will need cost money. Based on background of the above problems, a system that is able to determine heart rate and body temperature is proposed, especially in elderly. So, in the study, the authors propose implementation and monitoring heart rate and body temperature using IoT. Of course, it will save cost, and patients can check their heart rate and body temperature anytime and anywhere. The system design component. It will be divided into two parts, hardware part and software part. A. Hardware part. We are using the laptop Asus, Arduino Uno board, Raspberry Pi, LCD 16:2, pulse sensor, and body temperature DS18V20 sensor. And the part of software we are using Windows 10, Raspbian operation system, Arduino IDE, Sublime Text, and Python programming language. The system design, general architecture. Here we are using pulse sensor for detecting heart rate and body temperature sensor DS18B20 for detecting body temperature. The forefinger will be pasted to the pulse sensor, and the body temperature sensor DS18B20 will be pasted to the armpit. Each of sensor will be taken the data for 1 minute, and then the sensor data will be made into one line on the Arduino Uno board and proceed using the software Arduino IDE. After that, the data will be sent to Raspberry Pi through serial cable. At this part of Raspberry Pi, we will build a web server. We need to install SAM, Python Serial, Arduino, and other software that we need. After the web server is ready to build, we will build a database to store sensor data. Before that, we will parse the data sent from Arduino using the Python programming language. Then the data sensor is entered into database. For the next step, we will build a website to display value of heart rate and body temperature. After the website has been successfully built, we run hosting so that website can be accessed using the internet. Then we will import the database for the hosting server. Here on LCD screen, which is connected to Arduino, will immediately display the data when the sensor reads the data. The system design component. This is the prototype of heart rate and body temperature monitoring. All the components are connected each other. Here we are using the power bank as the resource. On the LCD display will display the value of heart rate and body temperature along with condition. To display data to the website, here we are using the VNC viewer as a remote controller to turn on the Python. This is the part of database design. In database design, we only use one table to storage data on heart rate and body temperature. Result and testing. After the test preparation is complete, it is carried out directly on the patient. Testing using all the software and hardware components required in the study. The purpose of monitoring of heart rate and body temperature. And when the test is carried out, it can be seen whether or not the function of the equipment is good. When testing, it can be seen that the prototype equipment has gone well in accordance with the design that has been done. The heart rate sensor can read the heart rate value by placing the index finger on the pulse sensor. And the body temperature sensor can also read the body temperature value by clamping the DS18B20 temperature sensor on the armpit. Also, the LCD can display the value of heart rate and body temperature properly. Keep your tag and graphic files separate until after the tag has been formatted and styled. Do not use hard tabs, and limit use of hard returns to only one returns at the end of a paragraph. Do not add any kind of pagination anywhere in the paper. Do not number tag heads. The template will do that for you. This figure shows the patient retrieval of data. This is display of website. There is value of heart rate and also body temperature. And condition normal, low or high. And also include the information that must be done by patient. What should they doing if the heart rate or body temperature normal, low or high. Here is website display for graphic, temperature chart and heart rate chart. The graph will continue to move when there is incoming data. Result and testing. The data information, heart rate and body temperature measurement. The result of the examination of heart rate and body temperature condition were carried out randomly by involving 5 elderly people as sample, taken on July 23, 2020. Examination of heart rate and body temperature was carried out using a pulse sensor and a temperature sensor, the S18B20. Each examination was carried out with a duration of 1 minute. Here is the table of comparison, the accuracy of the heart rate value from the pulse sensor using the M4 smartwatch, with average deviation 8.6 and error percentage 9.76. And then this is the table comparison of the accuracy of body temperature value from the temperature sensor using a digital thermometer, with average deviation 0.75 and error percentage 2.06. This is the last session. Conclusion. This paper is able to detect heart rate and body temperature in the elderly as seen from the trial that have been conducted by taking sample of 5 elderly people over 90 years of age. The pulse sensor functions as a sensor used to detect heart rate beat per minute. The sensor DS18B20 temperature sensor is used to detect body temperature, and the LCD function to display the output of heart rate data and body temperature and condition. Display the value of heart rate and body temperature on the website after the data is taken for 1 minute. There are also conditions whether the heart rate or body temperature is low, normal or high, and also information or suggestion that heart rate and body temperature should be done in low condition, normal or high by web-based application. This system can help work for hospital staff and can be used as a reference for future development. That is our presentation. Thank you for attention. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.